All right, now I would love to invite Ariane Olesh up to the stage. So Ariane is the Executive Director of the Office of Innovation and Commercialization at West Virginia University, but she also leads the Resilient Energy Technology and Infrastructure, or like the cool kids say, READY, Consortium, and they're a big sponsor for today. We're extremely grateful for their sponsorship of CMU Energy Week, so Ariane, please, the stage is yours.
Well, good afternoon, or almost afternoon, I suppose. I am smart enough to know that nobody wants to hear super long remarks when it's probably the last thing standing in between you and some lunch, which if you've never been to CMU Energy Week before, there's two things they always do exceptionally well. Amazing speakers and topics and really great food. So I will try to be quick, but really appreciate Daniel and Caitlin, the entire Energy Institute, for all of the work that they do to put this event on. It's a great way, I think, just to demonstrate the capacity we have in this region for the energy sector, and they always do a phenomenal job of really tying it to the forward-looking trends nationally, globally, but then also what it means for the region. And so, as Daniel mentioned, I am not part of CMU's family, although I like to kind of consider myself a adjacent side of the CMU family, but I'm actually at West Virginia University. But what has brought me here is this partnership and collaboration that we've been working on for about the last 2 years or so with CMU, WVU, and Pitt in response to what's called the NSF Engine Solicitation. That program, for those of you that don't know, is the largest investment that NSF makes in building regional ecosystems around some theme or topic. And the goal for this program was to really seed innovation ecosystems in areas where they don't exist. And so the last panel actually teed this up rather well for me, because what NSF is looking for are areas where there is a huge amount of potential that just needs some sort of ignition to really ramp it up and get it moving forward. And so when this program came out about 2 years ago, like I said, CMU, Pitt, WVU, for those of you that don't know also, WVU is only about 70 miles south. We're not that far away from here. But we've always had a long history of collaborating, and we said this seems like a great opportunity to build that regional momentum around something. And that something was the energy sector, and in particular, looking at ways where we can leverage the existing infrastructure we have across industry and energy and workforce, and then the power of having 3 R1 universities all within 70 miles to really create this innovation ecosystem of building use-inspired technology that is solving the challenges of energy resilience and energy efficiency for our industrial sector. And so that's really, if we boil it down, that is the core of READY. I have a couple colleagues with me today that have some pamphlets around that we're handing out, just has some information about us. And then Reed McManigal, who's here, has done a wonderful job of putting together an investor booklet. And this work was really part of our strategy to look at what is existing right now in terms of innovation technology and startup companies that align to our topic area. And so Reed's done a phenomenal job of cataloging all of those startup companies. So if you're interested, please grab a copy of this to take home, look at it. You're gonna see probably a handful of these companies today pitching in the afternoon. But we would love to connect with anybody, whether you are more on the applied research side of things, all the way through startup companies, or industry and investors. We really are looking at this from the holistic approach of bringing in all of the pieces that we need to build this ecosystem so that it really does function and that it is long-term, there's sustainability in the long-term view of it. So again, if you pick up one of these, it has information about who we are, what we do. You can scan the QR code. It'll take you to our landing page and also a way to leave your contact information if you would like to connect with us. And then I just really briefly want to highlight, so again, we've been working on this for 2 years. We have a development award for NSF right now. We are one of 71 finalists that are competing for $160 million from NSF to really get this ecosystem going. But in those 2 years, we have had over 70 regional partners commit to our consortium. Those 70 partners have committed $160 million in financial resources. That is not in kind, that's actual cash that partners have committed to helping us advance this work. So if you are one of those partners in this room, on behalf of Ready, I extend my deepest appreciation for believing in what we're trying to build. And as part of that, since today's the investor forum, and again, a lot of the thanks here goes to Reed and our colleagues from CMU and Pitt, the investor network that we've been able to build represents $4 billion under management. If we can get all of this to row in the same direction, the impact that we will make with this really will be longstanding. So again, please come see us, chat with us. We're happy to give you one of these cards, and thanks for having me. And Daniel, I'll turn it back over to you.